Hi, welcome back again to our video devotional series. We are now in part 9. Still, we have more to come. And now we are still in Your Will Be Done on earth as it is in heaven. But in here, we will be discussing 3 aspects of the divine will. Join me in discovering these things. God's words reveal 3 aspects of His will. First is His will of purpose, His sovereign ultimate plan for the universe. Surely just God have intended, so it has happened, and just as I have planned, so it will stand. That is written in Isaiah 14 verse 24. And in Ephesians 1 verse 19 to 11, it has been within God's purpose to allow sin to affect the world for a time, but that situation will end precisely according to His plan and foreknowledge. Within God's will of purpose, number 2 is His will of desire. This will is more specific but not always fulfilled in the present age. For example, Jesus desired His people, the Jews, to be saved. However, only a relative few believed in His message. Jesus prayed, "O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophet and stones those sent to her. How often I wanted to gather your children together, and you will not have it." That's written in Luke 13:34. Like the Jews, most Gentiles are also unwilling to come to Christ for salvation. In John 5:40 it says, "Yet you refuse to come to me to have life." And in 1 Timothy 2 verse 4, "Who wants all people to be saved and to come to a knowledge of truth?" Third is God's will of command, which is His desire that believers obey Him fully, as only all of the people can with the help of the Spirit. You see Romans 6 verse 16 to 18. In 16 it says, "Don't you know that when you offer yourself to someone as obedient slaves, you are slaves of one you obey, whether you are slaves to sin, which lead to death, or to obedience, which leads to righteousness?" 17. "But thanks to God that though you used to be slave to sin, you have come to obey from your heart the pattern of teaching that has now claimed your allegiance." And in verse 18, "You have been set free from sin and have become slave to righteousness." You know, pride is the greatest enemy set against all God's will. But for us to obey His will, we must forsake self-will and prove what the will of God is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect. Romans 12 verse 2 teaches us or reminds us, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. I'll leave this thing to you again. Understanding the many-layered aspect of God's will is not nearly as important as being obedient to every aspect. You do know. Don't you long for His purpose, desire, and command to be met with full acceptance in your own life? Submit to Him in some new way today. Conform to His will. See you again next time.